Happy New Year's, everybody! It's 2026. It's the new year. Here we are, and everybody knows that. First off, let me say I hope everybody had a safe and beautiful New Year's and has a beautiful year to come for your next 2026. Um, and everybody's blessed and has good health and good everything. That being said, we know that the first of the months here of January, which means who? Mamdani's getting sworn in to be the first communist socialist mayor in New York City. So we're gonna go ahead and watch. AOC introduced him. Bernie Sanders, introduced him, and then we have his speech. And then there's damning new news in Minnesota as far as the break-ins and the learning center, and then stuff going on in Ohio. This might end up being a two show. I might break it into two. It just really depends on how long this Mamdani thing goes, and then maybe I'll do the other one next, but I don't know. We'll see how it all goes, but I'm going to go ahead and get it in. Ryan, I don't know, let me see who's in here. Anybody? What's up, Billy? How you doing, brother? Tell Ryan that the link's in the chat if he wants to pop in. It's in his DMs. But I hope you had a good year, Billy. Hope you had a good year. I have a good show put together here, bro. So I'm about to get this started, though. Here's our favorite, one and only AOC. The day is Doomer David. I wonder how you feel. The day is here. Are you eating ham sandwiches now? Doomer David. Let's go.
My name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and it is my deep honor and privilege to welcome you to the inauguration of our new mayor of New York City, Zohran Kwame. We're here today to celebrate the beginning of his leadership, as well as that of two incredible elected officials who will be guiding the city by his side, Public Advocate Jumaane D. Williams and our new controller, Mark D. Levine. We also celebrate the hundreds and thousands of public servants and city leaders getting to work today, from our sanitation workers and librarians.
What's up, Daniel Barry?
Commissioners, deputy mayors, and our school's chancellor, as they care for our city and its people in the coming weeks, months, and years. Together, this ascent marks a new era for New York City, led by a historic new mayor in Zohran Mamdani, guided by his dedication to a working class that makes our beautiful city run. Importantly, I also ask that we consider today an inauguration for each one of us, too. The nearly 8.5 million New Yorkers who—
Please don't use that word. Come on, but yeah, I know, right? It is. It's the gathering
because
of
it is the people
chromosomes
of New York City who have chosen historic, ambitious leadership in response to untenable and unprecedented times. New York, we have chosen courage over fear. We have chosen prosperity for the many over spoils for the few. And when the entrenched ways would rather have us dig in our feet and seek refuge in the past, we have chosen instead to turn towards making a new future for all of us. In Zohran Mamdani, we have chosen a mayor who is relentlessly dedicated to making life not just possible, but aspirational for working people. New York City has chosen the ambitious pursuit of universal child care, affordable rent and housing, and clean and dignified public transit for all. And we have chosen that over the distractions
Don't
of
use that
bigotry
word again,
and
bro.
the barbarism
If you do
of
it again,
extreme
I'm
income
kicking you out.
inequality. We have chosen this path because we know
Anybody uses stupid language, I'm going to put you in timeout or delete you. Don't do it. I get what they are. We all get it. Stop, bro.
that it's the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do, and that if we can make it here, we can make it anywhere.
Where are you gonna make it?
New York City, this is an inauguration for all of
Ryan,
us.
get these
Because
bitches,
choosing
bro.
this mayor and this vision is an ambitious pursuit.
The
It
truth
calls
does hurt.
on
What's
all
up, Ozzy?
of us to return to public life en masse. Now is the time for us to turn towards our neighbors, stand with them, and return to community life. A city for all will require all of us to fill our streets, our schools, our houses of faith, our PTAs, and our block associations as we support this mayor in making an affordable city a reality for all of us. Zohran Mamdani will be the first Muslim mayor of our great city. He will be our first immigrant mayor in over a century. And he will be the youngest mayor of New York City in generations.
How does this make you feel, New York?
Zohran will be a mayor for all of us. With that, let us extend our deepest well wishes and support to Zohran, his wife Rama, and his family, as well as those of our public advocate, Jumani Williams, and controller, Mark Levine. We send you, your spouses and families, and all your loved ones, all the support in the world as you embark on this great pursuit of a better city and future for all. Felicidades.
Felicidades. I don't know what that means, but that sure is an American. Let's go. Like this. All right, guys. Now let's see what your boy Bernie has to say. He had, I guess, a groundbreaking, yeah, that's right, a groundbreaking introduction for your boy Mamdani. Let me find it. Here it is. Boom. All right, guys. Hold on. Now let's see what Bernie's got to say. You know, Bernie's so happy. Bernie's so
To
happy
administer
right
the oath of office for Mayor Zohran Mamdani, welcome Senator Bernie Sanders.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for inviting me to what has been an extraordinarily moving and beautiful afternoon. And I'm here mostly to thank the people of New York City. At a time in our country's history when we are seeing too much hatred, too much divisiveness, and too much injustice, thank you for electing Zohran Mamdani as your mayor. New York, thank you for inspiring our nation. Thank you for giving us from coast to coast the hope and the vision that we can create government that works for all, not just the wealthy and the few. At a moment when people in America, and in fact throughout the world, are losing faith in democracy. Over 90,000 of you in this city volunteered for Zohran's campaign. You knocked on doors. You shared your dreams and your hopes for the future of this city. And in the process, you took on the Democratic establishment, the Republican establishment, the President of the United States, and some enormously wealthy oligarchs. And you defeated them in the biggest political upset in modern American history. You showed the world the most important lesson that can be learned today. And that is that when working people stand together, when we don't let them divide us up, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. Running a great and winning campaign was extremely difficult, but governing a city of 8 million people with all of its complexities and all of the problems that Zohran is inheriting will be even harder. Zohran needed your help to win the election. Now he will need your help to govern. Grassroots democracy and people participating in the day-to-day struggles of this city will lead to good governance. Please remain involved. You know, all of us have heard how Zohran's opponents have called the agenda that he campaigned on radical.
Let me know, Walter.
Communistic.
Radical.
Oh, and absolutely unachievable. Really? That's not what we believe.
All right, look, I don't know who needs to hear this, but my man just tried that.
Please don't tell me that's a
generic
Hims
Viagra
commercial
for
already.
only 80.
Man,
In the
Bruh.
richest country,
I'm telling you, I think I need to be sponsored by them. I show enough of their ads.
in the history of the world, making sure that people can live in affordable housing is not radical. It is the right and decent thing to do.
I don't want to see that.
And in the midst of
I
a massive
agree.
housing crisis, it is exactly what the people of this city and this country want and need. Providing free and high-quality childcare is not radical. Countries all over the world have done it for years. It is what our kids require if they're going to be well prepared for school and what working parents desperately need. It is, in fact, what every city in America should be doing. Free bus transportation is not radical. It will save workers time and money, protect our environment, and make the city more efficient. And making sure that every family in the city, regardless of income, has access to decent quality food at an affordable cost is not radical. Good nutrition keeps us healthy, helps prevent chronic illnesses. In the long run, city-sponsored grocery stores will save society money.
Hold on.
Lastly,
Hold on.
maybe most
Did he just say government-funded grocery stores? Yeah, that's all we need.
importantly, demanding that the wealthy and large corporations start paying their fair share of taxes.
So you're all government, bro. You're talking about paying taxes and having funded grocery stores. Government funded, dude. This is disgusting, you guys. Under much pressure. Trump under much pressure. Yeah, I know. He's under a lot of pressure. Of course.
As I was saying,
To the person in the chat that says Trump is under much pressure. Of course he is. He's the leader of the fucking world. The free world, bro. Well, it's not really free, but you get what I'm saying. Of course he's under pressure. He's got a whole bunch of he's been invaded. Now he's got to deal with it.
demanding that the wealthy and large corporations start paying their fair share of taxes. It's not radical. It is exactly the right thing to do. Today, while over 60% of our people in New York, people in Vermont, people all over this country are living paycheck to paycheck, we have more income and wealth inequality than we have
guess
ever
where you're
had.
under.
While tens of millions struggle to put food on the table, pay for health care, pay for housing, the top 1% have never, ever had it so good. And yet, there are billionaires and large corporations that pay almost nothing in taxes. That has got to end. That will end. The billionaire class in this city and in this country have got to understand that in America, they cannot have it all. That America, our great country, must belong to all of us, not just a few. And that lesson begins today in New York City.
Exactly,
Let me thank you all for the hope and inspiration that you are giving people all over this country. And now it is my honor to swear in your new mayor.
Your new mayor. Your new mayor. There's Ryan. I was wondering if he was going to pop in here. Nice haircut, buddy.
Hey, thanks, man.
Please repeat after me. I, Zohran Mamdani,
I, Zohran Mamdani,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and the Charter of the City of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of the Mayor of the City of New York,
of the office of the Mayor of the City of New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, now let's see what your boy Mamdani had to say. Brian, you've been waiting for this day forever, haven't you? I remember you I remember you buying confetti and everything. I think you're like drinking like that fake wine. And
Today begins
No cap.
a new era.
Oops. Shoot. I just erased the damn speech. Hold on. It's all good. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I was trying to get some tabs closed and I just closed the actual damn speech for fuck's sake.
Sir wrote, "Idiots of New York." Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you.
Let's go. All right, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I effed up and erased this guy. Oops. Here he is. Zohran Mamdani. I'm sorry, man. This shit's crazy. This whole entire thing is crazy.
I stand before you, moved by the privilege of taking this sacred oath, humbled by the faith that you have placed in me, and honored to serve as either your 111th or 112th mayor of New York City. But I do not stand alone. I stand alongside you, the tens of thousands of you gathered here in Lower Manhattan, warmed against the January chill by the resurgent flame of hope. I stand alongside countless more New Yorkers watching from cramped kitchens in Flushing and barbershops in East New York, from cell phones propped against the dashboards of parked taxi cabs at LaGuardia, from hospitals in Mott Haven and libraries in El Barrio that have too long known only neglect. I stand alongside construction workers in steel-toed boots and halal cart vendors whose knees ache from working all day.
The Viver electric concrete cutter reduces flying debris and easily handles concrete, bricks, and stone.
I stand alongside neighbors who carry a plate of food to the elderly couple down the hall, those in a rush who still lift strangers' strollers up subway stairs, and every person who makes the choice day after day, even when it feels
Exactly,
impossible,
Bob.
to call our city home. I stand alongside over 1 million New Yorkers who voted for this day nearly 2 months ago. And I stand just as resolutely alongside those who did not. I know there are some who view this administration with distrust or disdain, or who see politics as permanently broken. And while only action can change minds, I promise you this: if you are a New Yorker, I am your mayor. Regardless of whether we agree, I will protect you, celebrate with you, mourn alongside you, and never, not for a second, hide from you. I thank the labor and movement leaders here today, the activists and the elected officials who will return to fighting for New Yorkers the second this ceremony concludes, and the performers who have gifted us with their talent. Thank you to Governor Hochul. Thank you as well to Mayor Adams. Dorothy's son, a son of Brownsville who rose from washing dishes to the highest position in our city, for being here as well. He and I have had our share of disagreements, but I will always be touched that he chose me as the mayoral candidate that he would most want to be trapped with on an elevator. Thank you to the two titans who, as an assembly member, I've had the privilege of being represented by in Congress, Nidia Velázquez, and our incredible opening speaker, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah.
You have paved the way for this moment. Thank you to the man whose leadership I seek most to emulate, who I am so grateful to be sworn in by today, Senator Bernie Sanders. Thank you to my teams, from the assembly to the campaign,
well
to the
said,
transition,
Chris.
and now the team I am so excited to lead from City Hall. Thank you to my parents, Mama and Baba,
Baba.
for raising me, for teaching me how to be in this world and for having brought me to this city. Thank you to my family from Kampala to Delhi. And thank you to my wife, Rama. For being my best friend and for always showing me the beauty in everyday things. And most of all, thank you to the people of New York. A moment like this comes rarely. Seldom do we hold such an opportunity to transform and reinvent. Rarer still is it the people themselves whose hands are the ones upon the levers of change. And yet we know that too often in our past, moments of great possibility have been promptly surrendered to small imagination and smaller ambition. What was promised was never pursued. What could have changed remained the same. For the New Yorkers most eager to see our city remade, the weight has only grown heavier. The wait has only grown longer. In writing this address, I have been told that this is the occasion to reset expectations, that I should use this opportunity to encourage the people of New York to ask for little and expect even less. I will do no such thing. The only expectation I seek to reset is that of small expectations. Beginning today, we will govern expansively and audaciously. We may not always succeed, but never will we be accused of lacking the courage to try. To those who insist that the era of big government is over, hear me when I say this. No longer will City Hall hesitate to use its power to improve New Yorkers' lives. For too long, we have turned to the private sector for greatness while accepting mediocrity from those who serve the public. I cannot blame anyone who has come to question the role of government, whose faith in democracy has been eroded by decades of apathy. We will restore that trust by walking a different path, one where government is no longer solely the final recourse for those struggling, one where excellence is no longer the exception. We expect greatness from the cooks wielding 1,000 spices, from those who stride out onto our Broadway stages, and from our starting point guard at Madison Square Garden. Let us demand the same from those who work in government. In a city where the mere names of our streets are associated with the innovation of the industries that call them home, we will make the word City Hall synonymous with both resolve and results. As we embark upon this work, let us advance a new question, a new answer to the question asked of every generation. Who does New York belong to? For much of our history, the response from City Hall has been simple. It belongs only to the wealthy and well-connected, those who never strain to capture the attention of those in power. Working people have reckoned with the consequences. Crowded classrooms and public housing developments where the elevators sit out of orders. Roads littered with potholes and buses that arrive half an hour late, if at all. Wages that do not rise and corporations that rip off consumers and employees alike. And still, there have been brief, fleeting moments where the equation changed.
Are you researching dental implants?
There's a lot of dental offices that'll talk about doing their teeth in
At
the
least
face.
it's not a Hims commercial.
12 years ago, Bill de Blasio stood where I stand now as he promised to put an end to economic and social inequalities that divided our city into two. In 1990, David Dinkins swore the same oath I swore today, vowing to celebrate the gorgeous mosaic that is New York, where every one of us is deserving of a decent life. And nearly 6 decades before him, Fiorella LaGuardia took office with the goal of building a city that was far greater and more beautiful for the hungry and the poor. Some of these mayors achieved more success than others, but they were unified by a shared belief that New York could belong to more than just a privileged few. It could belong to those who operate our subways and rake our parks, those who feed us biryani and beef patties, picanha and pastrami on rye. And they know that this belief could be made true if only government dared to work hardest for those who work hardest. Over the years to come, my administration will resurrect that legacy. City Hall will deliver an agenda of safety, affordability, and abundance, where government looks and lives like the people it represents, never flinches in the fight against corporate greed, and refuses to cower before challenges that others have deemed too complicated. In so doing, we will provide our own answer to that age-old question: who does New York belong to? Well, my friends, we can look to Madiba and the South African Freedom Charter. New York belongs to all who live in it. Together, we will tell a new story of our city. This will not be a tale of one city governed only by the 1%, nor will it be a tale of two cities, the rich versus the poor. It will be a tale of 8.5 million cities, each of them a New Yorker with hopes and fears, each a universe, each of them woven together. The authors of this story will speak Pashto and Mandarin, Yiddish and Creole. They will pray in mosques, at shul, at church, at gurudwaras and mandirs and temples. And many will not pray at all. They will be Russian Jewish immigrants in Brighton Beach, Italians in Rossville, and Irish families in Woodhaven, many of whom came here with nothing but a dream of a better life, a dream which has withered away. They will be young people in cramped Marble Hill apartments where the walls shake when the subway passes. They will be black homeowners in St. Albans, whose homes represent a physical testament to.
Does this sound good? I'm freaking getting anxiety just hearing this guy talk, bro.
Triumph over decades of lesser paid labor.
Let me know, people. Is this good?
Labor and redlining. They will be Palestinian New Yorkers in Bay Ridge, who will no longer have to contend with a politics that speaks of universalism and then makes them the exception. Few of these 8.5 million will fit into neat and easy boxes.
Crazy,
some will be voters from Hillside Avenue or Fordham Road who supported President Trump a year before they voted for me, tired of being failed by their party's establishment. The majority will not use the language that we often expect from those who wield influence. I welcome the change. For too long, those fluent in the good grammar of civility have deployed decorum to mask agendas of cruelty. Many of these people have been betrayed by the established order. But in our administration, their needs will be met. Their hopes and dreams and interests will be reflected transparently in government. They will shape our future. And if for too long these communities have existed as distinct from one another, we will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. If our campaign demonstrated that the people of New York yearn for solidarity, then let this government foster it. Because no matter what you eat, how you pray, or where you come from, the words that most define us are the two we all share: New Yorkers. And it will be New Yorkers who reform a long broken property tax system. New Yorkers who will create a new Department of Community Safety that will tackle the mental health crisis and let the police focus on the job they signed up to do. New Yorkers who will take on the bad landlords who mistreat their tenants and free small business owners from the shackles of bloated bureaucracy. And I am proud to be one of those New Yorkers.
Sounds horrible. I don't rhyme like that.
Last June, there were many who said these aspirations and those who held them had come out of nowhere. Yet one man's nowhere is another man's somewhere. This movement came out of 8.5 million somewheres. Taxi cab depots and Amazon warehouses, DSA meetings and curbside domino games. The powers that be had looked away from these places for quite some time if they'd known about them at all. So they dismissed them as nowhere. But in our city, where every corner of these 5 boroughs holds power, there is no nowhere and there is no one. There is only New York and there are only New Yorkers. 8.5 million New Yorkers will speak this new era into existence. It will be loud. It will be different. It will feel like the New York we love.
Really though? New Yorkers, all y'all New Yorkers watching, let me know if this shit works out for you.
No matter how...
If you aren't about this agenda, hey, my prayers are out to you.
long you have called this city home, that love has shaped your life. I know that it has shaped mine. This is the city where I set land speed records on my Razor scooter at the age of 12. Quickest 4 blocks of my life. The city where I ate powdered donuts at halftimes during AYSO soccer games and realized I probably was not going to be going pro. The city where I devoured 2 big slices at Coronet's Pizza, played cricket with my friends at Ferry Point Park, and took the 1 train to the BX10 only to still show up late to Bronx Science. The city where I have gone on hunger strike just outside these gates. Sat claustrophobic on a stalled N train just after Atlantic Avenue and waited in quiet terror for my father to emerge from 26 Federal Plaza. The city where I took a beautiful woman named Rama to McCarran Park on our first date and swore a different oath to become an American citizen on Pearl Street. To live in New York, to love New York, is to know that we are the stewards of something without equal in our world. Where else can you hear the sound of the steel pan, savor the smell of sancocho, and pay $9 for coffee?
Poppy, what's up, buddy?
Where else could a Muslim kid like me grow up eating bagels and lox every Sunday? That love will be our guide as we pursue our agenda. Here, where the language of the New Deal was born, we will return the vast resources of this city to the workers who call it home. Not only will we make it possible for every New Yorker to afford a life they love once again, we will overcome the isolation that too many feel and connect the people of this city to one another. The cost of childcare will no longer discourage young adults from starting a family, because we will deliver universal childcare for the many by taxing the wealthiest few. Those in rent-stabilized homes will no longer dread the latest rent hike, because we will freeze the rent. Getting on a bus without worrying about a fare hike or whether you'll be able to get to your destination on time will no longer be deemed a small miracle, because we will make those buses fast and free.
Okay,
Policies
we'll
are
worry
not
about that
simply
when you
about the
come
costs
crying
we
to
make
us.
free, but the lives we fill with freedom.
Hope you're eating.
For too
Hope you
long
don't
in
eat
our
any
city,
pork anytime
freedom has
soon.
belonged only to those who can afford to buy it. Our city hall will change that. These promises carried our movement to City Hall. And they will carry us from the rallying cries of a campaign to the realities of a new era in politics. 2 Sundays ago, as snow softly fell, I spent 12 hours at the Museum of the Moving Image in Astoria, listening to New Yorkers from every borough as they told me about the city that is theirs. We discussed We discussed construction hours on the Van Wyck Expressway and EBT eligibility, affordable housing for artists and ice rage. I spoke to a man named TJ who
I'm
said
loving
one
the
day
chat
a few years
today,
ago,
bro. I'm not even
his
gonna
heart
lie.
broke as he
No
realized
cap.
that he would never get ahead here, no matter how hard he worked. I spoke to a Pakistani auntie named Samina, who told me that this movement had fostered something too rare, softness in people's hearts. As she said to me in Urdu, "Logo ke dil badal gaye hain."
What do you need?
142 New Yorkers out of 8.5 million. And yet, if anything united each person sitting across from me, it was the shared recognition that this moment demands a new politics and a new approach to
You're never
power.
gonna type on here again.
We will deliver nothing less as we work each day to make this city belong to more of its people than it did the day before.
I deposited $400,000 from my life insurance
What does
policy
no
into my
caps
checking
mean
account,
to you
and
guys?
I'm very much
Honest.
alive. 6 months ago, I got the call no one wants.
I understand. Look, guys, I understand. This is a touchy topic. This definitely brings out. I want to be swearing and saying a lot of stuff too. I understand, but please try not to drop the caps. Just it messes up the algorithm.
Dude,
but I get
it makes it look like we're all fighting, and we're not.
We're not arguing. We're all annoyed with the same thing. You know, it like YouTube thinks when everybody writes in caps that it's like everybody's arguing back and forth, and that, like, you know what I'm saying? So we try to nip that because we already have enough problems dealing with the political aspect. So show us some love if you're in that.
Yeah,
Not
other than that, hit the likes, subscribe.
But much love, and we agree with most of what you say anyway.
Yeah, we just have to take it down.
Yeah.
Here is what I want you to expect from the administration that this morning moved into the building behind me. We will transform the culture of City Hall from one of no to one of how. We will answer to all New Yorkers, not to any billionaire or oligarch who thinks they can buy our democracy. We will govern without shame and insecurity, making no apology for what we believe. I was elected as a democratic socialist, and I will govern as a democratic socialist.
That's like the worst. A democratic socialist. Like, that is horrible. God, don't call me that.
I will not abandon my principles for fear of being deemed radical. As the great senator from Vermont once said, what's radical is a system which gives so much to so few and denies so many people the basic necessities of life. We will strive each day to ensure that no New Yorker is priced out of any one of those basic necessities. And throughout it all, we will, in the words of Jason Terrence Phillips, better known as Jadakiss or Jay to the Moi.
What?
Be outside.
Don't bring my boy Jada in this. He ain't
because this is a government of New York, by New York, and for New York. Before I end, I want to ask all of you, if you are able, whether you are here today or anywhere watching, to stand with me.
Stand me there.
I ask you to stand with us now and every day that follows. City Hall will not be able to deliver on our own. And while we will encourage New Yorkers to demand more from those with the great privilege of serving them, we will encourage you to demand more of yourselves as
You
well.
niggers are haters.
The movement we began over a year ago did not end with our election. It will not end this afternoon.
That's funny.
It lives on with every battle we will fight together. Every blizzard and flood we withstand together. Every moment of fiscal challenge we overcome with ambition, not austerity, together. Every way we pursue change in working people's interests rather than at their expense, together. No
Look into
longer
that
will we
guy,
treat
Ryan.
victory as an invitation to turn off the news.
That's his YouTube
From
channel.
today
like.
onwards, we will understand
Let's find
victory
out.
very simply. Something with the power to transform lives, and something that demands effort from each of us every single day.
39
What we
subscribers.
achieve together will reach across the
yeah.
5 boroughs, and it will
Never.
resonate far beyond. There are many who will be watching. They want to know if the left can govern. They want to know if
thought
the
maybe he
struggles
had
that
something to
afflict
say.
them can be solved. They want to know if it is right to hope again. So standing together with the wind of purpose at our backs, we will do something that New Yorkers do better than anyone else. We will
Put
set
him in
an
timeout
example
for
for
10
the world.
seconds for talking stupid. Since he likes communists,
If what
we're going to show you
Sinatra
how
said is
it
true,
feels.
let us
Talk
prove that
stupid, you go to
anyone can make
timeout.
it in New York
Which
and
one is it?
anywhere else too.
Sassy.
Let us prove that when
Sassy, I
a
don't want
city
you to
belongs
leave,
to the
but you got to
people,
know.
there
Hold
is
on.
no need too small to be met. No person.
Sassy, you don't got to leave, but we're definitely putting you in a little timeout corner visit so you can learn, you know.
Too sick to be made healthy.
Since you like this whole communist stuff, I figured you would enjoy that.
No one too alone to feel like New York is their home. The work continues. The work endures. The work, my friends, has only just begun. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now I got one more speech from this, and then I'm going to end this stream, and then I'm going to go into the other one I had put together. I'm going to do it in 2 again.
In the face of fear and intimidation, and everyone who refused to look away, we are the proof that it matters. And we are reminded that advocacy can truly change lives. Because of the courage and compassion of New Yorkers, we stand here today at City Hall, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn, that was fast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to swear in the people's voice, the people's champion, our public advocate, Mr. Jumaane D. Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him.
Oh, no, dude. We were seeing if you did anything. Oh, but you do have stuff. Who cares about Facebook?
Please
You
raise
do
your right
TikTok?
hand.
We'll find you.
I,
Cares?
Jumaane D. Williams,
I, Jumaane D. Williams,
do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the Office of Public Advocate for the City of New York,
of the Office of Public Advocate for the City of New York,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Really, Jess? Name one.
Zohran, Mark, we
Please.
did it.
Name one for me, please.
We're here. Thanks to everybody out here.
I
Thank
would
y'all.
love to know one. Name one in the chat.
Peace and blessing, love
One.
and light as we begin a new term,
Name
a new
one,
era for New York
please,
City.
Jess.
Thank you,
Just name
everyone. I
one.
want to thank
Put it in
Amadou
the
and
chat.
these inspiring family for being here at this ceremony in New York. I'm a son of immigrant. I was just sworn in on my late father's Bible. My mother is here today I'm so proud to have my family, my wife and my children and my sister and my mom, everyone standing with theirs. Their stories perfectly capture this moment for the city. The challenges we face, the hardships we endure, and the hope that persists. Those realities are often in tension because this is a time and a place of contradictions.
Okay.
Where even as the federal government drives us to despair.
And all those countries are shit. Straight up.
Local leadership can invite inspiration. When this celebration at City Hall is only blocks from tribulation at Federal Plaza.
I knew they were coming.
That these families are still united.
The first thing I expected to hear was freaking Sweden. That was the first thing. Every Sweden person that I've ever spoke to has the IQ of some. Come on, bro. Low IQ. They think they know American politics. They can barely speak their own language, let alone ours. They live like they're robots. Yeah, great place. Sweden. What else? Who wants to live in Sweden? Get the hell out of here, bruh.
It comes as so many are being separated. And this sense of contradiction carries across the 5 boroughs. This is a city of enormous wealth and enduring poverty.
You have
the greed of some and the generosity of many, of darkness and of light. And I've seen the darkness, of course, yet I look out on New York today and I see so much light.
I've never
These
met
contradictions mean we can at once love our city as it is and challenge its flaws. Now,
you're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. You're out of your mind if you don't think I didn't just talk to one of the dumbest, sweetest females in my life during the Jake Paul show. Get out of here. Get out of here. You don't know me.
There's a reason for pessimism, but a call for activism. As public advocate, I've tried to be an activist elected official, someone who pushes back. Now I see the chance to push forward.
Listen, bitch.
To provide accountability aimed at the ideal that government has an opportunity and an obligation to do good. At the core of public service and progressivism is the principle of making government work and showing people it can work for them. That means we need to meet people where they are, also show grace instead of ignoring what brought them there, and be honest about why. The powers in place would rather create an other to blame for our problems than to address them. Whether it be our immigrant communities, our trans siblings, our homeless neighbors, or too many other marginalized
groups. Did he say trans siblings?
Rejecting those ideas means naming the reason that the powers in place perpetuate them. Because if we are divided, the status quo stands. Whether you arrived in our city generations ago, or 5 years ago, or 5 minutes ago, the reason so many New Yorkers have too little are not because of the people who have even less or who have been here for less time, not because of the people pushed to the bottom, but the systems entrenched at the top. That's where we should focus our anger and our action. If we are not driven apart by the divisions of our races, our religions, our identities, but pulled together by the commonalities in our emotions, our needs, and our humanity,
I know, right?
All climb.
These people are defending this.
I know that the project of New York is possible. That great mosaic described by another mayor who believed in democratic social ideals, David Dinkins.
You're gone, bro.
Yet the truth of it is there are people who are rooting for New York to fail. Some couch it in concern, others openly scorn our city, but at the heart of this hate is the truth that our success, that our very existence belies their core belief that New York is not possible. They demonize us because our mosaic challenges their ideology. They want to be right in their cynicism more than they want us to succeed in our idealism. They are driven by the idea that bringing together so many diverse people, cultures, faiths, identities into a united community is impossible. But New York, we are a shining beacon of possibility. We cross new cultural borders through each subway stop and are introduced to new experiences through each passenger. Our possibilities come in every language and from every heritage. So do our prayers, so do our people, so does our power.
If you don't have this in your car, how are you even driving? One swipe, the fog, the dust, the fingerprints, gone. The triangle.
We've shown it in the face of oligarchy and authoritarianism. Neighbors standing with neighbors across borough and background to defend immigrant communities and feed hungry families. We see it in the multicultural mosaic that brought us to this very moment. Even with this great moment, I know that realizing the full potential of our possibility will not be easy. It never has been. Yet I believe it's
damn right, Mike.
Great progress because I've seen it through my years in the building behind me and the streets before us. I've been in our movement and I've seen things move. The simple truth is that governing is hard, that achievement is exhausting, and I aim to assist my partners in government when possible and hold them to account when necessary to learn from what we've done and guide what we can do. I believe in the possibility that with the people, the tools, the passions, and the compassion that we need, we can meet the moment and create change. We can look into the unknown and see opportunity. That's the thing about uncertainty. Anything can happen, but anything can happen.
There you go.
We could make New York more affordable, more safe, and more just. We could, we can, and we have to try. This optimism toward action is embedded not only in our city's heritage, history, but in my heritage. In Grenada, Maurice Bishop took up the fight for these radical, crazy ideas, socialist ideals like housing, healthcare, and education. He demanded that we move forward ever, backward never. And today I echo that call from the Isle of Spice to the island of Manhattan. He also cautioned that revolutionaries do not have the right to be cowards. We can be afraid, but we have to meet that courage to match it. There are things to be feared, but there is also reason to hope. Hope is the embrace of possibility. Hope and fear are undeniably connected.
The person said, "Don't make fun of that black guy." That is the quotation marks is what he said himself in the speech. Are you slow?
Hope is the belief that good can come. Fear is the worry that it won't. In these contradicting ideals, we are faced with a choice, and I choose hope. In other words, I have faith. But faith without works is dead. So today, I'm committing to the work of public service. And I ask every New Yorker to commit their own talents to use what they have and do what they can for the success of our city and everyone who calls it home. I don't know if when my mother, my Grenadian mother, arrived as a teenager, she hoped that a half a century later, her son would speak from these steps. But she could have, because here in New York City, we choose to celebrate possibility and work to make reality. I wish I could go back and tell my younger self that. Instead, I'll say it to my daughters today. To the children of the Perez Araneda family, to everyone who may question their own worth, like I did, or whether it's worth fighting for the city with all its contradictions and problems and possibilities. And I gotta take a second to say something to so many young people who are out there. And I'm gonna say it to one person who's waited 49 years to hear it.
Listen.
Little black boy, you were worth it.
Wait.
And you always were.
What did he just say? Hold on, let me repeat that to you, bleeding hard ass.
And without any time, you were worth it.
Hold on.
And I'm gonna say it to one person who's waited 49 years to hear it.
Dare call me nothing, bro.
Little black boy, you were worth it. And you always were. And without any titles, you were enough.
How does that make you feel, bro?
You deserve to accept love, and you deserve to be protected. And I'm honored to be here to help create a city that's worthy of that for you.
Almost over.
I'm so proud of you.
Way better topic. Don't worry.
So just hold on, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. I'm so proud of you.
Look at this dummy.
As we head into a new year, a new term, I want to ask all of you to take an oath with me. Our neighbors, I know in Brazil, adopted this motto that I've tried to embody. I did hear it for Comptroller Lander, but I gotta give him his credit. that no one let go of anyone's hands, because if we're all connected, we can't lose anyone. So we hold on to the hand of our neighbor and we reach out with our other hand to grasp someone who may fall through the cracks, and we bring them along. I want everyone, if they're comfortable, take a hand of the person next to you or the arm and just repeat after me. We can all be the voice of the people. I know what's ahead, but I won't lose hold. And I won't lose hope. Anything can happen, so anything can happen. And
anything can happen, so anything can happen. Great analogy.
No one let go of anyone's hands. Peace.
Peace, my brother. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to end this, and I'm going to get into, you know what? I'm going to end it with this, you guys.
83.
I am going to end it, and then like I'm going to start it over because I have different topics that I want to talk about. So like I want to talk about what's going on in Ohio and Minnesota, but I didn't want to combine these two. So I'm going to re-kick it, and
Moron.
I'm going to re-kick the stream and start, and y'all keep it out for sure, because it's got a lot of stuff. So yeah. That being said, God bless y'all. Come back through. I'll be back on in literally 5 minutes tops. All right, y'all. Much love. Happy New Year. God bless America. God bless everybody here. Have a good year. Peace out, y'all.